Hello everyone. I am so glad you have joined me today. I love sharing my ideas with you and I hope I inspire you with today's creation. And I am back with those zebras. Oh my goodness, this is such a cute card. It was inspired by a card that people have created using the what's that called? Hoot. No, it's not Hoot Hooray. But that there's a stamp set in the the holiday catalog that has that in there. And so I decided to use that card and make my version. So let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull in my measurements, and they're very simple. So let's get started. I chose the Artistry Blooms DSP, and I chose this paper. This will be sent to my granddaughters, so I chose the pink and the purple because they like it. And I'm going to set it up this way. Now, in that card, and I'm not certain if it's in the catalog or not, they use some dies to cut out little windows. I didn't have the dies they used, so I pulled in the Tasteful Labels dies because I had those, and these two pieces. And I'm going to show you how I did these two, this setup. So I took my one piece and I put it at the bottom. All right. Then I took this other image, and I'm going to pull this one down a little bit just to give it some variation. And I put both of those on, and I used tape so it wouldn't move on me. And I'm going to cut these out. Okay, I've got it cut out. So I'm going to take these off very carefully. Save these pieces because I created the background using these extra pieces. Now this piece, I'm going to take it off very carefully. This piece you have to cut again, and I'm going to cut it up there. So you're creating a little window. So let me cut this one out. All right, now I have all my pieces. And I'm going to move that out of the way. The next thing you want to do is you want to create that background. So I used a piece of Whisper White that's 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. This piece was 3 3/4 by 5. So I cut it down a little bit smaller. And what I'm going to take and do is I'm going to add this piece to the white. And I'm not going to, it's a little bit smaller so it doesn't show. So you kind of got to get it lined up like so. All right. Is this 3 5/8? No, it's not. Give me a minute. This needs to be 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. That's why I was having trouble. Pull in my trimmer here and cut it down. I don't know how I managed to miss that, but it does need to be smaller because it just makes it easier. And then 4 7/8. All right, so it's just a little smaller than this one. This will be easier to do. So I'm going to set this down on here like so. All right. And I'm going to take glue. Now this piece came from up top, so I'm going to move it down at the bottom to give it some interest. All right. This one had more variation. It just depends on where you get it from the cardstock. And I'm going to set that down inside like so. This piece was cut this way, but it's a little darker, so I'm going to flip it. And I did that with the other piece. So I'm going to add that piece in here, and I'm holding it in place like so. So that one goes in there. And then this piece is going to go up here. And again, I'm looking at varying the colors. I think I'm going to do it this way. And the reason I did it is there is a hint of pink on this, and I didn't want it over here with all the pink. So then I'm going to take that off and set that aside and let that dry. Now we need to do our zebras, okay? And we're just using pieces of the zebras. So I just mounted them on a block. I'm going to take my basic black, not basic black, boy is that a throwback. This is Memento, and I'm going to stamp it. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect because you're only seeing the top of them. And now I'm going to use my scissors and cut this out. Okay, now that I have these cut out, and I didn't cut out the tails, it was just easier not to cut the tails out. I'm going to take and add these to my frame, and I added it here. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this, like so. Oh, that's that one that I keep grabbing. All right, so I put some glue on there. And I'm going to center him on this, like so that he's down in there like that. And I'm going to take, and I'll use my scissors and cut this off the bottom, like that. All right. The next one goes up in here, like so. All right, and I'm going to have to cut off the bottom, so I'm going to trim this off of here like this, and it should be good. Now, yep, so it doesn't show, so I'm going to put some glue along the bottom of this. A lot easier than you thought, huh? I bet you were thinking, oh my gosh, but it is so cute. It's just, I had to do it. He was too cute not to do it. Okay, so I've got him in there. And then the last one, and I've got glue on my mat. Let me get my towel because it'll stick, and then I'll have a mess. And then the last one goes up in the top, and let's see if I need to trim him off. He goes on. Nope, no trimming needed. So I'm going to take and add some glue there. And I'm going to add him in, and I know get him straight. I'm going to add him in, and I'm going to come down just a little bit because I missed that edge. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals, and I'm going to put this on with dimensionals all across the back. So I'm just going to take some pieces like so, and I'm going to put some pieces on my zebras also. just because I want them to be supported. So I'm adding some, right, and then I'm going to go add some dimensionals along the sides. Ooh. And I think I'm going to run out of dimensionals. All right, I'm going to put one over here. All right, and I'm going to put one up here. And I'm going to put one in here. So I'm kind of looking at where, oh, the back came off. All right, where it might need some support. All right, I'm going to put one there. And I think I'm going to put one down here. So let me cut these pieces. Now you can easily use the strips also on here. But I think I have, oops, one up here. And I'm a little nervous that might be too wide. Let's see. No, it's not. I got it. All right. Now I have to take my backs off. When you're taking your backs off, make sure you hold your image carefully in your paper so you don't rip them. I just thought this frame idea was just too cute. And I love the zebras, so I had to use them. So here's a way to take a card you find or you see and make your version. All right, now when you put this down, what you want to do is you want to kind of hold it up and not let it sit down until you get your pieces lined up. All right, and there it is. And then we're going to add that to our basic black cardstock. Oh, that piece is gonna stick real good to the, all right, and we're gonna add some glue. Those pieces will help hold it, that top piece, in place. So add some glue to the back of this. Add it to your card fronts, centered side to side and top to bottom. And because I wanted some extra bling, these are retired. They're the Noble Peacock rhinestones, but it has this is supposed to be Melon Mambo, but I thought it went with this, and it really kind of takes on the color of the background of the paper, which I kind of liked. So I added those in. All right, the next thing we need to do is we need to add our sentiment. So I'm going to use some scrap paper and the memento, and I'm going to ink up my, ooh, that one's really juicy. Ooh. All right, and then I use the classic label punch, and I punched it out. And I'm going to add that to my card base with some dimensionals. So I have one. I'm going to flip this to the back. Maybe. So I have that. And I'm going to take the corner here and use this corner on the other end. And I need my pokey tool. And I am going to add this sentiment to my card front right about there. And there you have it. And remember, no naked envelope, or inside of your card. Now, if you want to step this up a little bit, take and color the hair the same color as this, pink and purple. Oh, he would be so cute. Now, I know you have a granddaughter or somebody out there who would love this card. So to order the supplies, click the link below to my blog, and on there you'll find underneath the post all the supplies I used to make this card. All you have to do is click on the picture. It will take you to my online store and you can purchase it. Gotta have those zebras, ladies. I would love for you to help me out on YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button below so you don't miss my videos. If you want to be notified when I upload a video, click the bell next to it. Thanks for visiting me today. Have a great day.